What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Stay Free Studio. It's Joy. How's it going for all of my new followers and those who are just joining us for the first time? I just want to welcome you all. I wanted to say hello. Tonight, we got to talk about refocusing. We got to talk about being free to see what's coming next and removing the obstacles in our life that are causing us to not see exactly what we need to see. So I welcome you all here. I'm really excited about it. We got to talk about focus. We got to talk about 2021, which is coming up. Thanksgiving is next week. So we have to just like jump right into it and talk about exactly what it is that we need to see. So I'm really excited for all of you to be here. Quick announcement. Usually you all know I just jump right in. But I want to give a quick announcement. Actually, next Saturday at 9:30 a.m., I'm going to be going live with JSpirations. JSpirations Live. My really good friend, Joe Sherlon, and she's going to, we're just going to talk like we usually do. We just kind of talk free, like we do here in the Stay Free Studio. But we're going to be talking when she talks, we're going to be talking about what you're building your house on. So I wanted to put that plug in there because I want you all to join me because you all have been rocking with me for a little while. And I'm really excited that you all are here. So I wanted to let you know that next week, not this Saturday, but next Saturday on the 28th, the weekend of Thanksgiving, we actually are going to talk about where your foundation is and refocusing. And in the spirit of that, I wanted to mention it because tonight we're going to talk about focus and we're going to talk about vision. And since we were going to talk about that tonight, I wanted this to be a precursor to the conversation that we're going to have then. So we're not going to talk about foundation and things like that, but we are going to talk about focusing. Welcome. So excited. So just don't forget to join me next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday on JSpirations Live. It's going to be really dope. She always has really good conversations. So I wanted to put that plug in here. Usually y'all know I just jump right in. But let's give the precursor to what we're building our house on. Thank you so much. Just wanted to say hello. So we're talking about vision tonight, right? Where are you focusing? Where's your vision? So we're going to talk about refocusing when I sit with my girl Joe Sherlon. But tonight we really got to talk about where we're looking. Okay, so 2020 we already know it's been a crazy year when it comes to vision, when it comes to looking around, when it comes to all the different things that are impacting us, right? But we really have to focus in on where is your vision. And a lot of times I just have some really blanket statements to make tonight because as we plan, as we begin to look at 2021, as we begin to move forward, we have to really talk about exactly where your vision is going to be, okay? And we talk about focusing in on one thing, not multitasking, because we all know that basically if you try to multitask, you're not really going to close that loop and you're going to get things done, right? But the important thing is to know that even though you have vision, you need to know where you're looking. Okay, and it may sound a little redundant, but we're just going to be practical tonight. So if you're looking up, you're going to bump into stuff. I love those fails. Has anybody watched those fails? Like when you get on YouTube and you just get caught up watching people fail and they're like down looking at their phone and girlfriend falls right into the fountain and it's like, oh, you fell into the pothole or you bumped into the person on the sidewalk. Like that, I feel like that's exactly what happens when obstacles are in our way. That's exactly what happens when we're walking and we're focused on something. We're focused, but our vision is skewed. We have no vision. We're focused on something, but we're not focused on the thing that's going to prevent us from bumping into that obstacle. So here in the Stay Free Studio, we talk about tools to stay free. Stay free from those different things that hold us bound from pursuing our purpose, from pursuing our God-given calling, those things that tie us up. And a little bit about me, for those of you who are new here, there have been plenty of times when I've been bound and I've not been free to be myself, free to speak my piece, free to use my voice, free to speak my truth. And so I know for a fact that part of my purpose is to give everyone the tools that they need to stay healed and to stay free. Because we talk about hurt people. We've heard that plenty of times before. But healed people heal people. And free people free people. Okay? So if you're a free person today, go ahead and put some fire in the chat. Free people have to free people. And so what we're talking about is using your vision, that particular vision that you have, and that focus that you have to look in the right direction. If you've ever done archery or if you've ever seen people like pull back a bow and arrow, you have to be focused. You're focused on that one particular target. And when you see the archer, they pull back, if they go ahead and let it go, if they're not looking in the right direction, if their focus is not where it should be, it's going to go anywhere. But if there's obstacles in their way, it's also going to be shot somewhere else. So we talk a lot about writing the vision and making it plain, right? But a lot of times we don't have direction. And I want us to be clear about the two. There's direction that needs to be had when you're focused. So in the midst of us being bound and keeping blinders on, a lot of times we're like, okay, I'm focused. I'm going to get this task done. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I already have my plan set out. But you have things blocking. You have things blocking you. And those things that block us are the things, those obstacles that are keeping us bound. It could be a habit. It could be people that are keeping us bound. It could be the fact that you wrote down a vision, but the timing's not right. And you're focused on all these other things and you're not seeing clearly. And so for those of us who wear glasses and different things like that, I thought it might be kind of fun for us to kick it, because that's what we're doing right here. Like, this is not formal for those of you who have not been here before, but we are not formal here. We're going to talk free. And if you have questions and different comments, definitely talk back to me. So I have 2020 vision. And it was funny because I'm also a youth leader. And I mentioned it a few weeks ago, and we were laughing so hard in the lobby because the kids were like, there's no such thing as 2020 vision. I don't know anything about people not knowing that there's 2020 vision. I don't know if there's a thing about, like, you know, a lot of people wear glasses nowadays and people don't realize that there's still people left that have 2020 vision and don't wear glasses. So it's funny because I kind of like, these are like the specs for show, right? There's nothing in here, okay? There's, you know, nothing in there. And it's been super cool for people to walk around with the glasses, right? Like faux glasses where you just rock these glasses and it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking fly, I'm looking good, but there's nothing helping me in here. Okay, so a lot of times I feel like this is how we are in life, right? You said that you had 2020 vision, and a lot of us who are seeing clearly, you have these perspectives and you have these things that are going on in your life and you put them on, but they're not doing anything for you. You can see clearly. This is doing nothing for you. And a lot of times it's just for show. And I would venture to say that we have to technically remove the things that are just for show. Like, if it's just right in front of you and you can already see clearly, there are particular things in our life that are just, it doesn't make any sense. You have to remove those extra things that don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You don't need it. There's nothing in there. It's not giving you the focus that it needs. This is not doing anything for me because I can already see. And so sometimes, we talked about this a few weeks back, sometimes there are things in our life that we think we need other things in here. We think we need to put these on and we think we need something extra, but you can already see, sis. Bro, you can already see. So what do you have these on for? It's just for show. And a lot of times it's just extra. It may be cool, it may be something cool to do, but it doesn't serve a purpose. And sometimes it may be, you know, it may not be fruitful for you to have it because it's still blocking my peripheral vision. Like, there's still certain things that I'm seeing here with these on because they're extra, but they're blocking other things going on in my life. And everything you need, we talked about a few weeks ago, everything you need is on the inside of you. So when you have that vision and you're looking on the inside of you and you're looking to God to give you the answers, sometimes you just need to remove things that actually don't serve you. Boom, we tossing them. Remove the thing in your life that doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your vision. It doesn't serve where you're looking. It doesn't serve your purpose. It's not helping you focus. It's pointless. So that's a tool in the toolbox. We have to remove the things that don't serve any focusing purpose. Okay? Now we already know. Got to throw the shades on. Okay? Everybody's like, you know, you ever see those people? Is anybody else bothered by people who wear shades out when it's dark? Like, so bothered. Like, sis, it's 5 o'clock. Bro, it's 5 o'clock and you literally have sunglasses on in the fall. Like, it's already dark. So let's talk about the circumstances in your life when it's dark. It's dark in your life and you still have shades on. Why? It's not serving any purpose. Take those things off that are preventing you from seeing clearly at a time you need to see clear the most. This year was a very dark year for a lot of people, but yet you still have on shades. Why do you still have things in your life that are not serving a purpose so that you can see clearly in the times in which you need to see clearly most? I have to say that again. Let's be clear about the illustration here. It's already dark when there are obstacles, when there are things going on in your life, when you're frustrated, when you're hit with trauma, when you're hit with these things that are difficult to deal with, but yet you still choose to hold on to things that cause you to not see clearly. This is a time when we can't afford, none of us, I don't know about y'all, but I can't afford, like, we can't afford to darken our sight at a time like this. We have to be seeing so clearly and going to God to really find out exactly what the next move is. We do not have a choice because, as y'all see, like, it's already November. That's a tool for your toolbox. Know that a way to stay free from the trauma, from the different things that are going on in your life. Remove the obstacles that are in your way from seeing clearly, especially when it's dark, especially when you're hurting, especially when there's trauma. You have to take off those blinders, because when you have those blinders on, it makes it twice as hard to see. And in order for you to move forward and know where you're looking to get to the next phase, to get to the next step, you have to remove those obstacles. And so those obstacles could be really anything. I can't tell you what your obstacles are, but a lot of times it's self-examination that needs to happen. We need to look inside ourselves and say, okay, what is not serving a good purpose for me? What is holding me back? What is holding me bound? And so this is the precursor. And thanks, Ms. Jayspirations Live, we gave a plug earlier about joining us. This is the precursor to talk about where are we looking? Because when it's time to refocus, when it's time to plan, we have to be very conscious about where we're looking. And so just for a moment, as we talk about looking, I have to talk about direction. When you're looking straight ahead, you have focus, your glasses are off, doesn't serve a purpose, we're good, toss that. You can see clearly, you're going forward, but you're looking and you're comparing. You're going to the right, you're going to the left, you're looking back and forth to see what other people are doing. You're still going to bump into an obstacle. You're looking up, you're looking down, you're still going to bump into an obstacle. And I would venture to say, like, here, when we talk about staying free, a really good way to stay free and to focus on what you're supposed to be doing in this next season, in 2021, your focus has to be straight ahead. You have to be looking at self, focus on your lane, stay in your lane. That looking to the side, racers will tell you, like people who race, they will tell you looking to the side will cost you a second and will cost you the whole race. You have to stay not just focused, but focus on what you are called to do at this time, in this moment. It's your time. It is your season. It is your moment. This is what we need to get out of this particular obstacle, to get out of 2020. And let's be clear, we know that there are going to be things that come up in the future, because as you move forward, more obstacles come, more things come. And some of these things are unavoidable. This year, if it didn't teach us anything else, we know that this year, it was completely unavoidable. And who's to say that there won't be more years like this? 10 years down the line, 8 years down the line, 20 years down the line. It's good to learn those practices now and to get your focus in check now. Because as we begin to move out of these situations, when we talk about being free from the things that tie us, that hold us, that cause us to be bound, to not be our best selves, to not show up when we're supposed to show up, we're really talking about those things that are distracting our focus. Comparison, looking to the right and to the left. You're comparing yourself to everybody else. Sometimes you need to put the phone down. Don't compare. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. That's not your calling. That's not what you're supposed to do. Keep your focus straight ahead. It's your lane. 2021 is coming. This year it's here and it's leaving. Stay focused on what you're supposed to do. And lastly, as we always, if you haven't rocked with me before, we definitely we got to use some God info. Okay, we got to do that. A lot of times you hear this quoted all the time. Habakkuk 2:2. You know, it basically says, like, okay, write the vision and make it plain, like from the Bible. Like, it's a good scripture. Everybody wants to use it. People who don't even believe in God or aren't a part of the Christian faith use the passage, right? But the part about writing the vision down and make it plain is something that I really wanted to stress here. We can write, we can make visions, we can do all that kind of stuff. Vision cast, vision board, manifest, envision it. However, where are you going for the original information? Where is your vision coming from? And I want to go back to the verse that's above that, which is Habakkuk 2:1. And Habakkuk is saying there, I will set myself on a rampart, which is a high place that basically was to prevent the enemy, or for the watchmen to see when the enemy was coming, when the adversary was coming. He says, I will set myself on the rampart to see what you will say back to me. Because in Habakkuk, the prophet is complaining. He's basically complaining. He has all this stuff to say. And he's like, God, how could you let this happen? How come this stuff is going on? And a lot of times we jump to write the vision, manifest, make it plain, but you don't even know what you're writing. So let's keep this in context. You have all this vision and you have all these things you want to do, but you don't know what you're supposed to be doing for this particular time, because you're either looking to the right, looking to the left, looking up, looking down, have all these obstacles in your way and these things that are tangling you up. So let's be clear. Let's put this scripture in context. The context is, I will set myself on a high place so you can have the perspective you need to hear what God is going to say to you. You got to know where you're going. You got to get the goods before you can write it down, because what good is a vision in the wrong time? What good is what good is it to be focused on something you're not even equipped to do at this point? Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to refine your craft. Maybe you're in crisis and you need to buckle down and focus on business or focus on your family. Maybe you need to work on you before you start casting these visions for all these other things in a time that's not right. So let's just pull back for a second. And as we begin to cast these visions, find out where you're getting your vision from. Assess the situation. Assess yourself. Are you in a space to do this? Are you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially healthy to move into this vision? We have plenty of visions. God has given you so much that's on the inside of you. But a lot of times we're tangled up in the things that keep us bound, and we can't manifest those visions because we're caught up. So let's take a step back. Find out how you're going to focus this next year, these next few months. Who are you going to get the vision from? How are you going to sit down with yourself? Sit down with God, pray, fast, go to a mentor. How are you going to get the vision? Sit yourself in a place where you can see the whole picture, the whole vantage point, and then write the vision and make it plain. See, we don't talk about that. That's why we can't take and pick and choose what we want to preach on and what we want to add into our space when we tell people things. It just doesn't work that way. So you have a vision. There is something on the inside of you that you're supposed to manifest next year. The question is, are you going to be in the right place at the right time? And are you free enough to get it done? So that's what I want to leave y'all with, okay? Remove those obstacles that don't serve you. Remove the things that are blocking your vision, especially in a time of trauma, especially in a time of that we're hurting, that we have things that are holding us captive. Remove those things. Continue to refocus. And when you write the vision and make it plain, set yourself in a place where you can hear clearly, where you can see clearly, where you have the tools that you need. Okay? So that's what I want to leave y'all with. You know I don't keep you long. We sit here in the Stay Free studio and we talk free. If you have any questions, now's the time to put them in the chat. I really appreciate y'all for showing up and rocking with me tonight. We're going to be here every single Thursday. In the new year, we're heading over to YouTube and Facebook. But don't forget, I'm not going to leave you out, Instagram. We're going to make sure that we're on all 3 platforms so that we can talk free and so that we can talk freely. I really want you all to refocus your vision. If you have questions, comments, go ahead and put them in the chat. It's really important for you to know that you need perspective about where you're going. You have dreams, you have goals, you have vision, but where are you getting your vision from? Because you're going to be striving for the win, for nothing, if you don't have it on the inside of you exactly where you're supposed to go. If you're looking to the left and the right, you're going to find yourself looking down because you're feeling down, and you're going to fall into a fountain, bump into an obstacle. And then where will you be? You'll be at a setback. And I don't doubt that you can get past that, but I definitely want to encourage you to move into the vision that God has for you. Okay? So thank you for rocking with me. And as always, I want you all to meet us. I made this announcement earlier, but definitely show up for us. We cannot wait to continue this conversation about what are you building your house on. Over at Jayspirations Live. We're going to be on Facebook November 28th at 9:30 a.m. We're going to be there in the morning, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. She is a dope sister, and she definitely has a way of pulling out these conversations that you all need to hear. So definitely don't miss it. We cannot wait to see you there. You're definitely going to be hearing more from me about that between now and then. And actually next week is Thanksgiving, so we're definitely still going to be here in the Stay Free studio, and hopefully you'll have some family maybe with you, but stay safe, however you're going to do it, virtual Thanksgiving, however y'all are going to do it. But I appreciate you all for rocking with me and for being here. And until then, stay free.